Okay, well, I am supposedly streaming live now with Fully Charged, episode number 8. Got no music to start us off this time because I am just lazy. But Cbear, what do we got on the plate for our viewers today?
A delicious serving of medics. I'm excited because I know these two guys pretty well. We have, well, I'm looking at the Skype call, so directly above me is Shade. I always get this wrong because it's like mirrored and all this weird stuff.
They're beneath you right now.
Where's Shade? Shade's kitty corner to me.
Yeah.
He's LG's medic. Definitely one of the best medics in the game. And then joining us is Sigma, who I've casted countless games with, is like what I called him the mad scientist of TF2. He's also my favorite Canadian and the man. He's a really good medic, longtime player, and I think he played in intermediate this season, right, Sigma? Right?
Yeah, I did.
How'd you guys do? Because you guys didn't let me play as backup, so I'm assuming you did really well. You didn't need me.
Yeah, definitely. We're totally winning. No, we didn't even make playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. Wow.
I'm kind of sad, but you know.
Well,
whatever.
It's okay. You're still a genius. I mean, Shadow Puppet has a signed Medigun from you, so I think we all know how much value is attributed to that.
Yeah, that'll be my style. I'll just have to start using my community minigun everywhere.
Do you have a community
Ooh.
mission?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I had like the first one from way back, but I stopped using it because in an ESEA match it like unlocks reset and I lost all my Uber midlife and I was like, never again.
So
they're saying I'm quiet. Is my volume not good, Sal?
well, let me.
Seems good to me.
Yeah, it could be an issue on mine. Let me just. There we go.
Get me, Lord. You.
I had everyone lowered except for myself because
He
I
doesn't want to
am.
listen to anybody anyways.
I'm vain. I'm vain. No, on my end it was coming in perfectly fine. That was the issue. So it's just the levels in Windows are not the levels that are everywhere else. Anyway, so it's been the Sal hour so far, but I guess we're gonna go on to actually talk with other people here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Where do you
Such
want
a
to start,
shame.
Sal? We have. I mean, we could start. We've done. How many classes have we done? Is this our fourth? I think it's our fourth.
Well, we did Pyro, we did Heavy.
Right, and then Spy with.
Spy, yeah, this is our fourth. Now we have covered Medic before with Hein and Pure, but we're definitely going to get some different takes on it today. Got some geniuses here to talk to us. Of course, Shade from Leviathan Gaming, Sigma from what team are you on right now? Or were you
no
on?
Team. No team. I'm
Okay.
just floating around.
Okay.
Pick him up.
Hence
best
the
medic.
jellyfish.
Hence the jellyfish. Yeah, I was noticing that. It's a very nice picture, majestic.
Thank
It's
you.
a little-
I think
it's a
from the
little-
Windows defaults.
Is it really? It's a little more PC than the DJC image you had last week, which created so much controversy everywhere. It's like, are those men kissing? Oh. They were.
Hang on.
Hey, you know what? I credit DJC for getting so many of those gay marriage amendments passed yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, he did it.
Minnesota
That's a good
won.
point.
Minnesota, there was there was a bill to amend marriage to not allow gays to marry, and it was defeated. So no won.
I think there's probably amendments
Right.
in several states to just not even have DJC be there. So
Right. Like they just have them fenced in Western.
there's just
Ohio.
a sign with two gay people kissing saying no DJCs here. Probably something along those lines.
DJC
Makes
is in one
sense.
state.
Whoa, my Skype quality is just dying here for a second. It
Yeah.
could just be a peak usage thing, guys. I do apologize that occasionally this does happen, but we have stream quality issues. But anyway, we're going to be here talking about the Medic. We're also going to talk about some invite preview stuff, I take it. I mean, we got Shade here. How could we fail to ask what's happening at Invite LAN? So
What, the LAN is what, next weekend?
16th. So is
Yeah.
that next weekend? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 8th today, right? Or
I
the
guess it's
7th
coming
today.
up, huh? Yeah, it's pretty close. I didn't even really think about that.
It's time for LG to start their traditional scrim week, right? Where you guys just go nuts for like a week straight and get ready.
Hopefully that is the plan. We're hoping Tyrone will be on every single night, and hopefully we won't see any tofu appearances. I don't know who's gonna get that reference. I don't know if Bear, if you even get that reference.
I have no idea. Is that like a girlfriend thing?
No. I'm wondering if I should call Tyrone out right now, or if I
Do
should
it!
just wait a little bit.
He
So for those that don't know, Tyrone is currently playing UGC sixes. He's doing a little bit of moonlighting right now, but he's playing as Tofu on I think it's Reign of Terror. He's the starting pocket soldier for that team. So so that's a threat. You know, you gotta watch out in UGC sixes. I believe they're in Steel Division, so That's a force to be reckoned with.
He missed the days when he would get more than a kill per death, right? He
Oh.
wanted the just destroying. What he said it himself. I had him on Sunday Bear TV, and he was a lot of fun talking about how he's kind of penciled in as like the second roamer now, and he doesn't get his awesome stats anymore. So I don't know, but
Yeah, we
he
hear
sounded like
it every single night too.
Oh, I'm sure. So how are you guys feeling about LAN? Obviously, the last match on Process against Mix-Up was like really eye-opening that you guys have like a real chance of beating them. You guys think you have a chance, or are you worried about Mix-Up, worried about any other teams, or what?
I think in the weeks leading up until Process, it was really shaky because we were going through the roster changes, and sort of, I don't know. I think we fell apart for a few weeks trying to figure out who we were going to get to replace Clockwork, and once we settled on Hero, though, once Hero sort of like got into that role that he needed to be in, we've picked it up ever since. So leading into LAN, I'm really confident that we're going to do well. I don't know if I'm sure Mix-Up is predicted, to be the favorites, but I don't know. I think hopefully
you guys,
we're going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, LG's done that before. You guys have come from behind and completely kicked ass.
Yep.
Last season, everyone thought that Mihali's Flow, I'm going to just pronounce it right on purpose, they were going to win, and they ended up taking fourth, right? So LG ended up winning. Wow, I must have got that wrong. Yeah, you guys ended up winning, and I don't think a lot of people thought that you would. I think they were pretty much. Well, I predicted it, but they all thought that Mihali's Flow was going to win. They were the favorites, but so you are confident in your guys' chances, and
I mean, usually I feel like we always play well on LAN, in my opinion, and I mean I think we've proven that we always play well on LAN. Pretty much everybody picks it up, so like I said, I have a pretty good feeling. I think we'll do well.
Is it a better feeling than you had before I-46? I mean, I don't mean to like burst the bubble here, because this time around we've actually had a LAN clash before.
Well, but it was different rosters.
It was different rosters.
We had two different players playing at I-46, so I mean, you have to. It's sort of a trade-off. You got to ask yourself: is Clockwork better than Hero? Is Mackie better than Dave? So I don't know. There's trade-offs on both of those classes, but I don't know. I think we'll do well. I'm pretty confident, and I think the rest of our team is pretty confident going into Dallas.
So what's it? I mean, I've never done this. What's it like playing Medic in Invite at a LAN? How is that? Is it any different than throughout the season? Do you feel better about your positioning, or what's it do for you?
I mean, for me personally, I think I play a lot better on LAN, typically because on my computer, I run roughly like 15 frames per second, constant. And so it's not the best environment to play like a high caliber at a high caliber level. So whenever I get put on a LAN computer, it's always so much more smoother, and it's a lot more fun to play. It's a lot easier to play on LAN computers and not on my home computer. So I don't know, it's sort of like a what's the word, like
a
high
performance
training
boost, yeah,
type of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like taking the two bats to swing instead of one, and then you get up to the plate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, like I said, I always feel a lot like everything's a lot smoother on LAN. I feel like surfing's a lot easier too on LAN for some reason. I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like rockets should be a lot more crisp and hit me a lot quicker, but I don't know. It always seems a lot easier to do it on LAN.
I've done a couple LAN preview shows before, probably like 4 or 5 at this point, and I always ask the same questions to people. Like if I have a soldier on, it's like, what's it like to have low latency soldiering? We talk about how scouts sometimes take a step back on LAN because soldiers are significantly better, and maybe that's the class that gets the biggest bump. Why do you think Medic in the latency effect, like you can hold Uber a little bit longer because you know when you right click it's going to pop? Or is it more of a disadvantage because soldiers are, overall better and are on top of you quicker with, more accurate rockets, projectiles?
That's an interesting question, because I'm trying to like think back. I'm like sitting at LAN trying to think, do I milk it or do I pop early? I think it's sort of just a combination. Like I said, I just think for me personally, it's so much easier to see what's going on a computer where I'm getting like 100 FPS rather than my 15 constant. Like it just feels so much smoother. I can see things coming at me a lot easier than I normally would. So I think I'd be more inclined to milk on LAN and be more confident that, if I see a rocket coming out of that rocket launcher, I'll right click right away if it's going to hit me. So I think on land it just makes it easier. My reaction time is a little bit quicker, I feel like.
What about Sigma? We haven't heard from you yet.
Yeah, really.
You're the silent Canadian in Cassie, just coming with the truth. You've played at LAN, not ESEA LAN, but another LAN. So you've, I assume, played Medic there. Have you had any, I don't know, anything to add from your experience at the Canadian LANs that you've attended?
Honestly, the last LAN I went to, the skill was so imbalanced that I just played Sniper and Spy to make it kind of take a little bit longer for us to win. So I think my experiences are very different from Shades in that regard, and I can't give too much of a comment to, you know, how it is. But I did play a bit of Scout against people that normally play Soldiers online, and I was like getting air shot and stuff all the time. I was like, what the heck is this? So yeah, rockets hurt.
Okay, well let me switch gears a little bit then, because this is not the LAN preview show. That's probably going to be next week. You know, SalTV episode 9 LAN preview. Be pretty awesome. Switching gears though.
Oh my God. Okay,
what are we calling this? Fully charged? Yeah, that.
Yeah, let's talk Medic.
Apologies. Yes.
Okay, so it's hard just to dive into something. It's such a broad topic.
I know.
Why don't we start? Because I don't think we did enough loadout stuff. And I have a question for Shade right off the bat. I know we've been hammering him with questions so far, but with the buff, I guess a while ago now, to the crossbow, the healing crossbow, which is like my favorite weapon in the game now. You still run the cooler box
overdose
med gun thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you, the overdose. God, why don't I know anything about TF2, Sal? God.
You could try pubbing a little bit more.
It seems like it's one or the other for medics. Is there a reason why you don't run crossbow? Do you think does it change for maps, situations, or anything, or are you just an overdose guy?
Typically speaking, I sort of switch it up. I like to go back and forth. For I-46, I ran crossbow the whole thing because I don't know. I just wanted to use I wanted to use an unlock. Like I don't know. I felt like needle gun was just so boring to use. Like I wanted to be able to use that crossbow. So because of I-46 and because I used it so much, I like to switch it up. So I'll go back and forth. It sort of depends. I'd say it depends more so on the map for me. Like a map like Granary, it's real flat. Arrows are a lot easier to shoot, like all across that entire map. And then even so, like Badlands, I like using it on Badlands, like Yard, because it's sloped. It's easier to sort of hit those long range arrows sometimes.
You say it's easy. You've probably got some of the sickest crossbow aim, maybe outside of like Mezzer, you know, Badlands air shots ever. So how do you practice crossbow shots?
Typically, what I'll do is so I'll whip my mouse from left to right and left click, and just hope that my teammate runs into it. So that's sort of how it works. I just put it in the general. I try to aim it like a direct hit. I try to put it ahead of my target a little bit. If I see he's strafing back and forth left and right, it's sort of it's a prayer. It's a shot in the dark that I'm gonna hit him with it. I'm not gonna be able to put it straight on him and hit that perfect shot. Like I said, I try to lead a little bit with the arrows. But in terms of the loadout, like I said, I switch it up back and forth. It depends, like I said, on the map. I think the time you're referring to is on Process, where I was able to one-on-one Enigma with the overdose. Sometimes running to mid, I'll use the overdose just in case everyone else dies. I can run away with needles, stuff like it. It's really situational for me. I like to switch it up though.
I like when you said that you whip your mouse around and left click, because that's like, pretty much soldier for a lot of people. For me, it's just like, oh, God's in the air, just flipping, just get click, and I got him. Don't worry, he's fine.
Frag vid.
Yep. No. I think I've hit one air shot that's ever made a frag video in like 7 years of playing this game. It was like a bad one. Sigma, I want to know from you, what's your loadout? I know you're the thinking man's medic, so you're probably found some cute ways to abuse the crossbow's ability. One thing that I found when I was playing IM is I'd run heavy and have my medic shoot arrows at me from a long way away, and I just like troll people. It's like, we're focused on heavy, but then I have like another 100 life, and it's like, haha, Did you come up with any fun ways to abuse that, or are you an overdose guy?
These days I've been using the crossbow, although I can definitely see the argument for the overdose, and I was torn between switching at the time that they buffed it. Just because when you're using the crossbow and a scout has like 50 life and he gets on you, you're kind of still screwed if you have the crossbow, but you can at least stop him if you have the needle gun, or probably kill him if he decides to chase you around a corner. But I have been using the crossbow the entire time since then, just because, the situation to me seems rare enough that like when a scout's on you in that situation, then either somebody can kill him, or you can die and your team can win, or you're just going to die regardless. So I throw that aside and let the plays that the crossbow lets you make up for it, because you can do a lot of stuff like when you're retreating long range out of like Badlands Last or something. Just throw an arrow at the point. Like I've hit an equalizing soldier with like 3 arrows in a row when he was out of ammo, and it was like a roamer just standing on point. They're all shooting him and he just didn't die, and then we capped because of that. And like when people are on Spire, you can just throw arrows up there and heal them. And you can also get a lot of random like kills with those 70 damage arrows that
Yeah, that is true.
You throw it from like 10 miles away, or like heck, you can like have your roamer bomb their medic and just shoot an arrow at him from 10 miles away on Greenery Last. You can hit him for 75 and then he's done. So I tend to prefer that over the overdose.
Is it also useful? I've seen a couple of Euro meds, especially, who've had a lot of practice with it, do this kind of thing where if they're retreating with one guy, or even if they're sometimes on rollout with one guy, they'll just hit him with like an instant 100 health and then switch right back to the medigun. Does that help, like in terms of healing per second on getting your soldiers up to 300, or is that not a useful thing?
It is faster healing per second if you hit all the shots, but since it doesn't have overheals, at least in North America, we don't need to use it on rollouts because we have the equalizer, so you can get 300, 300 regardless if you do it right. But I could see it being useful for rollouts if you couldn't equalize, so you got there with low health on one soldier that you just disregarded, and then you hit him with an arrow instead of healing him slowly. That would be better, but you would come into mid without your arrow loaded, so it's not something we would do here, but in Europe I could see that being legitimate. And also, like, I think this comes out more so in ulti-duo than anything else, but that big spike heal makes a huge difference. So if your pocket, like, in a combo fight gets knocked down to 50 HP, then it might be a good idea to switch to the arrow and hit him with one. But the problem is you lose him, like, 15 to 20 HP in the time you're switching, so it's possible he'll die while you're in weapon switch. So it's kind of up in the air, but it is faster healing per second if you just spam arrows in somebody rather than healing them, so there's some merit there.
And
I'll
so
tell you what Sal brought up, we actually did that a couple of times. That was one of the sort of strats I guess we would use every now and then. Mackie for I-46, Mackie would go really quick, try and get ahead as far as he could, and then I'd hit him with an arrow from far away, heal him up, and then we would get the heals up. So that's actually something we implemented a couple of times.
And
Well, that reminds me, actually. When I was like looking at Asheville this season, there was a demo rollout that I thought about doing where you send your demo fast to top left, and then your medic goes through the lower thing under 2, and you can hit him with an arrow on that wall right when he gets there, so he has full health, even though there's no health packs up there. But it's like a super useless position for your demo, so we never used it. But
I'm telling you, man, when Sal comes up with these strats, or when Sega comes up with these strats, he's got like bubbling vials of liquid. He's like the mad scientist of TF2. He's like, ha. We have a name for it, though, Shade, and I think Bloodsire was the first one to try it when he was medicing that brief stint when you were not on LG, and he called them express heals. I like that. So
Oh, yeah.
Express heals, you get that quick heal, and you're right back to it. So sorry, I interrupted you, though, Sigma.
oh, no, that was all I wanted to say. I'm
Are you
good.
sure?
real quick before we get back into 6v6, ulti-duo you mentioned. So I don't think we've ever talked about ulti-duo here on Fully Charged before. I was about to say SalTV again, which technically it's my channel, but whatever. It's Fully Charged. I'm an idiot. That's just all there is to it. But ulti-duo, it's a lot of fun. I've only played like 4 or 5 times, but it is incredibly fun. I wish we had more of it here in the States. You know, like I wish it were on TF2 Lobby, for instance. That'd be cool. But tell us a little bit about ulti-duo, Sigma, because it's awesome in it.
Basically, all my experiences with it are you jump into Mumble with 4 people, and then you just like flip around playing Pocket and Medic. I guess for people who have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, all it is a King of the Hill map with the point on the ground and a bridge above it, and you just go Soldier Medic versus Soldier Medic, and you essentially just fight it out. So it's really a rocket aim trainer.
Yeah.
Plus the medic is kind of fun because your pocket dies all the time, and you have to go for saws and try to bait shots and stuff like that. So it's fun for both people, but generally you just like swap roles around a bunch.
We casted like I want to say Blackie Monster had a multi-duo tournament. And, like, all the best players, that's sort of the first time I ever saw Brazilian Paua play. He was medic for Platinum, and that team won the multi-duo thing. That was before the arrow, so I got to think the crossbow adds quite a bit of dynamic to that. And I haven't played since the arrow came out too, but it's got to be pretty fun. I mean, you know, you have the chance to do some burst damage plus burst healing in that situation. Because I remember watching the competition and, like, TLR versus Platinum with the two pretty good medics, and they'd all of a sudden just switch out the needles and the bone saws and, like, you know, run at each other really quick, and it's just like, holy shit, you know, it's like.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, Sal, we should do like a fully charged or SalTV multi-duo thing or something coming up.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Should crits be allowed in multi-duo? Because I think originally in the Australian version, yeah, they didn't want that, and it seems to not add to the game.
It's very bad. If it was allowed, it's far better than using Uber, like far better.
Yeah.
But it's just it ruins it. Same with, like, the whip thing for the soldier. It's like, why? Don't use that. It's so lame.
I have played with a whip with a couple of European players, and basically all they ever used it for was after they finish capping the point. You know, they kill the guys, they jump down and cap the point. Yeah. Soldier whips the med, so the med can get back upstairs before the enemy, like, respawns and gets back out. And are you saying that's like an OP situation?
I think it's bad because the only interesting positional thing on that map is your decision to stay capping the point or to go up early with your medic, or, you know, what have you, if you get stuck on the ground for a while spamming and waiting for Uber or something like that. Like, there's not that much going on in the map because it's so simple, and taking away the punishment for going down to cap the point by being able to get up so much faster just takes away a dynamic at the map. So I think it's bad to have that in there.
Okay, I'm sold.
We're doing this thing, by the way, guys. Start practicing multi-duo. We're going to throw it out there. We'll do, like, a open bracket, maybe like an invite bracket where we'll have, like, you know, some of the best.
I was going to say Power and Platinum are going to win, so
oh,
just put that up. Just put them in their own division by themselves. Just have them play each other over and over again.
Yeah, but we'll get some fun prizes. I don't know. We can do something. Why not? Mark it down, Sal. We're going to talk about it. I had a question. Oh, you know what? There's a couple good questions in chat. Let me scroll up. People want us to kiss, Sal, and I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, so Always Bored 114 asks, oh wait, no. Oh, yeah, okay. If you could add one item to your class, what would it be? So if there's an element of the medic that you guys find boring or that you'd like to see, I think the most common would be extra movement capabilities. Is that something that would intrigue you guys? Or if you could change the medic in one way, how would you do it? You're like,
It's not an easy question to just be like, oh, I think about this all the time, right?
I'm sure you've thought about it, like, man, if you could have, like, jump or something, you know? Like,
if you can have the quick fix bungee ability on Uber or crits, it would make medic probably top 3 most fun classes to play in the game. I think it would be incredible just to have that bungee ability with any of the mediguns. It would be hilarious for one, and it would just be a lot of fun just to be able to fly around and then fly in with an Uber or fly in with a crits. It would probably be a little bit overpowered with crits now that I think about it, but
yeah,
it would still. Are
you kidding?
Well, you could just like. Well, no, because even if you disable it during Uber, you still can, like, jump in and then activate it when you're in the air. It's like.
All of a sudden, you're sitting there like Spire, defending Spire, and comes banging Shades, surfing around the corner. Like, what the hell? And
the scariest sight in TF2.
It's like a kamikaze Japanese Zero, just like, bam, everyone's dead. Shades laughing about it. Sigma, how about you? If you could add something. I know asking Sigma, like, one of these big open-ended TF2 theory questions opens up, like, some crazy potion or some answer. It's probably, like, I've never even thought about. But have you ever thought about you could change one thing, maybe a new unlock or something, change something? What do you think?
I think the main changes I would want is some kind of movement mechanic. I mean, the bungee is awesome, but I think I would lean more towards, like, something like a double jump or a wall jump or just bunny hopping, so that you had more to do than just, you know, running in lines places. Mm-hmm. And the other change I would kind of like to see is if Ubers were weaker and shorter, so you had like a 20-second or 25-second charge, and then your Ubers last 3 or 4 seconds or something like that. Like, just enough to get in a door, that's it. I think that would
it would charge much faster, and
yeah. it wouldn't be like you sit around waiting for
like a minute,
40
right?
seconds
Yeah.
and then one team pushes and blah blah blah. I think that's pretty bad.
It would definitely
Or
speed
take
up the
Uber
game.
out and make it crits only. Or like crits is like mini crits and it charges faster. Something to make Uber weaker so the game speeds up a bit more.
The only problem with that is like when the enemy's defending last, and okay, we get in, but now the Uber's already over and they can get a bunch of entry picks on us. Like, how do you combat like last points that are really hard to get kills on?
I hadn't thought it out to that extent, but I think their Uber being as weak. I guess an issue with this is it's such a big deal to force the Uber and then push with Uber, and even then a lot of lasts are still hard. So having a weak Uber then makes Snakewater and Gully not a fun concept. So I would have to think more about a good answer to that.
Especially if you're pushing into a heavy and an engineer with a level 3 in the back corner.
Yeah.
So
It's fun. It's always fun. That's the LG counter. No matter what advantage you guys have, you put that
Pretty
level
much.
3 up, and then it's
pretty
like...
much.
So Matt Mann asks, Cbear, are you a woman? No, unfortunately, I'm not. Okay, I have a question from me that I want to
Another good
know.
one.
What is your favorite part of playing Medic, and what are your least favorite parts of playing Medic? Maybe map situations. I know Medics traditionally hate G-Pit because it's really stressful, and like you're one misstep from the Medic. If you drop an Uber or you get picked when you have Uber, it could lose you an entire round or the game. So favorite and least favorite parts of Medic in TF2. Shade, go first.
I would say I'm gonna start with the least favorite, and because you just sort of touched on it basically. Least favorite is knowing that you could play a perfect game up until the last minute of the match, and you mess up in that last 1 minute. That's the one thing everyone will notice. So you could be playing out of your mind. It doesn't matter if it comes down to that last 5 seconds. You drop that Uber and they cap that point because of it. That's it. That's you played badly that game. So that's one of the things I don't like about it. What I do like about it is sort of that same factor. I like being able to. The medic controls essentially everything. If the medic's playing badly, then your team's not going to do well. I sort of like having that, I guess, pressure just to know like I have to play well, otherwise we will not win. So it's sort of a love-hate. I love it and I hate it at the same time. So.
All right, Sigma, same question for you. Favorite parts of Medicing, least favorite parts?
I have to say my least favorite part echoes what Shade said to an extent in that, but it's a little bit differently, I guess, in that if you play Medic perfectly, you have, not much guarantee that you're going to win compared to a Scout playing perfectly that can absolutely, completely carry your team. You could play perfect Medic and get totally crushed by, Scouts winning fights against your Scouts all the time. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's the most frustrating thing playing Medic to me. As for what I like most, I think I like playing Viaduct and G-Pit because those maps actually make a difference because they're harder to play, although I would argue Viaduct is pretty easy to play these days now that people know what they're doing. But G-Pit and I guess G-Pit Viaduct, they're harder to play, so you can punish the other medic more for making mistakes than on push maps where like you really are just following along for a lot of the time. So I like it where the map's more difficult so that your good play actually matters because it's more likely that the other medic's going to be screwing up.
Okay, I have a question from Leet Pikachu.
Is this the how do you practice DM question?
Yeah, Sal.
I was looking at that too. I think we can expand that as well. So it's not just, do you MGE as medic, but like how did you start playing competitive and how do you practice medic in general as a competitive med?
So, you want to take that one? Start off? I took the last one, or do you want me to take it?
I'll take it. Well, if you're in the Invite Illuminati, then you can just get the secret medic MGE mod, and that's how you get good. Just kidding. I think practicing medic is mostly just thinking about the game and like thinking about how people aim. And I mean, healing is so trivially easy that like you don't need to MGE for hours. The best thing you can do is probably just play Scout and DM or something like that and get used to like rating people's projectile patterns. And since your speed is pretty similar, you get used to like baiting them to shoot in a place and then moving out of it and just thinking about how people are going to attack you and like where they might come from. I don't know. That's me. I think about it. Play scrims.
It's pretty common. Shade, is there a different answer from you, or?
I'm gonna say, like, for me personally, so I started off as demo long time ago. I played demo.
Hey, ESCA LAN demo, man.
That was my first invite experience was as demo, actually. Now that I think about it, that's kind of crazy.
All this guy right here. No way.
I think playing another class can actually really help. Plugging it, playing it, scrimming it, whatever, just playing other classes can really help, because then you can get a feel for just how much damage each of those classes can do. And as a medic, it's good to know, if I took one rocket, if I take this next rocket to the face, is it going to kill me? Do I need to pop here? Can I hold on to it? Or if this scout comes in, hits me with like 3 pop shots, okay, I'm in meat shot range. Is he going to meat shot me? Oh, should I hold on to this one? I don't know. So I feel like just sort of knowing how much damage each class can put out, especially the burst damage class, like a scout really up close, or a demo throwing down 2 stickies at once, or like running onto a couple stickies. Knowing how much damage each of those classes can do can really affect your play. So if you don't know, you might just run blindly and drop Uber constantly over and over again. But if you have that knowledge, I think it helps. So playing other classes can help. Just pugging, just playing MGE and pugging and all that stuff can really just help with your movement. And I've been asked, how do I practice my surfing? Is there a server I can go to practice surfing? I don't know of one. There might be, but I have no idea. Like I said, I just play pubs even, just run around and try surf, just watch a guy shoot a rocket at you and just time it, practice your surfing that way, stuff like that. Just like I said, pugging is for me the main way that I sort of got better over time, just playing.
Do you guys play b-ball?
I used to play b-ball a lot back in the day. I don't play that much anymore, especially because one of the only people I can play against is Banny, and it's just not really fun after a while. So but yeah, b-ball is really fun. I think b-ball can help. Surfing and jump maps, well, I'm sure will help too, just practicing your strafing and stuff like that. It's all of those different little mechanics that you can practice, they all add up, and over time you'll see that it's making a difference.
I would recommend, the guy who doesn't know anything would recommend jump maps, surf maps, not for just learning the feel of your character in the air and air control itself. I'm not great at surfing. I'm actually really bad at surfing.
But it's fun.
It's fun, and I think the hardest part, Klanana's in here, so go to Jump It. Like, I just streamed him jumping. Poorly, I'm mad, but I did.
Shout out to Jump It. Good servers, good sponsor. So.
Great sponsor. Oh, sorry, you good. What the hell was I going to say? A lot of the surfing is predicting when you're going to have the chance to surf. If you're able to get that jump right when the rocket hits the ground, I mean, I've seen Shade, fly all the way around the map on the process match. He had a surf at process mid that was just nuts. He went like in this big circle all the way around mid while they were all just shooting at you, and you ended up staying alive. And that's not going to happen unless you're aware. So you have to make sure that you're looking when the bomb's coming. Don't just try to dodge it, but dodge with the jump. And when the rocket's coming, that I think comes with just playing the game over and over again.
And to touch on that too, it might be a little bit different because, for instance, in open and intermediate, you'll play a slew of different teams. For invite, we play like the same teams over and over again. So certain soldiers have certain patterns. For instance, when Platinum played soldier, he would destroy me because he knew exactly what I was thinking. So he would put a rocket behind me, which would launch me forward when I would try to surf, as opposed to being able to fly back. He was great at doing that. TLR, he pockets his rocket until he's about to land on your face, and then he shoots it right as he's landing. So you just have to watch, and you just have to sit there and look at that soldier flying in like, oh, he hasn't shot it yet. Okay, now he's going to shoot. Because it's just certain players have different little aspects to them that you have to watch out for, too.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you guys about when I was thinking about what we're going to talk about today, and I'm not sure if there really is an answer, but back when I was playing an invite, medics were always like the worst player on your team. Like, you're the bad guy, like you're not good at killing people, so you're going to put you on medic. And this was like in the lower levels, working all the way up. And medics were like career medics. But then in the last, I don't know, year, 2 years, we've seen a big influx of some top scouts moving straight to medic. And I think it's probably because of what you guys have been talking about, practicing the movement and stuff. Now medic has gotten, I think, a lot better, especially in the last year and a half. Shade, you played Demo and I think Soldier before you started playing Medic. You think that previous combat experience helped? And for Sigma, I know you are competent in all the classes. Practicing Medic oftentimes can be practicing other classes as well, right?
Yeah. It's more about knowing the game than knowing the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that statement too.
About the scouts and other classes making better medics. Before you'd say, well, who has experience medicing? We found that players can just kind of go from scout, like Snoopy never played much medic at all, just played medic because he had great dodging. He was good. And Mezer is one of the best medics in the game now, and he was one of the best scouts before. He just switched over and could play medic. So I don't know exactly what the question is there, but something to think about, I guess, for people who always consider medic like the skill is class. There's a really high skill cap to it if you're able to kind of, exploit movement and stuff in a way. But we've seen,
like I was saying earlier, just knowing other classes, it carries over a lot of times because then you know and expect how much damage can be done, and you can expect what kind of pattern. Like if a demo's walking towards you, he's going to be shooting stickies behind you, so run at him. Like you sort of can just determine what kind of movement you need to make based off what they're going to do, because you already know what they're going to do.
Yeah. Can you guys hear my cat? Did anyone hear that?
No, I had to make sure I was muted for the train that just went by, but I'm sure you have a nice cat.
My cat's very weird. All right.
I want to ask about Highlander. Shade, you played on Highlander now. Gorgeous Gamers, right?
Yes.
Are you enjoying that? Have you played Highlander before Gorgeous Gamers?
I've played like a handful of matches in Highlander before that. I tried making a team way back when for like a winter season, and that was actually the season UGC implemented the invite rule, because I had a team just stacked of invite players. A lot of people weren't happy with it.
No.
Yeah, so they implemented that rule, and I wasn't really interested in playing that much after that.
Yeah.
And then I think we threw around the idea of playing again, so we put together the team. It's a double-edged sword. It's been fun. And then, some nights, I don't know, some nights we'll go into it not really caring, and then other nights, once we just start losing, it's just like, oh, what is going on, guys? We're getting destroyed right now. So it's just, we try to stay positive.
Well, it's sometimes it's just a lot harder. It's a lot harder to tell when you're losing in Highlander, right? Or why you're losing. Not when, but why.
We were like, dude, Shade, that what was it? The Koth map, Lakeside. That was like as bad as I've ever lost anything in this game. That was like those guys just beat the crap out of us.
See, and that night I got to play demo and get crits the whole time, so I wasn't doing badly. I was doing well, but it was just like just so many things would happen on the other side of the map. You lose 4 people over there, you lose 2 on the other side, and it's like, okay, what's going on right now?
Yeah. I have to say I'm a little pissed at the Gorgeous Gamers. I mean, we're not a team. Like, we're just got like, I guess it was like, I think it was Clockwork that originally made the team Gorgeous Gamers, and he was like, hey, you want to do it? Like, asked his friends to do it. And we're like, yeah, it'll be fun, whatever. But a lot of the players, like Lang, hates Highlander. I don't want to, just throw him under the bus or anything. It's okay to not like Highlander. I like it. I think it's fun. But they didn't want to play this week. And I don't know if we're even going to play anymore. I hope we do, because it's fun to do something different, but...
I want to. I mean, I got to play NG this past one. I didn't really do absolutely anything at all. And I was more excited about the whole fact that we got to pull our spy play out at the very end.
Oh, that's right. Watch...
This was a gravel pit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We all went spy, and...
We had 9 spies. and I don't think we killed anything besides the other spy when we all pushed down at the same time. It was game over. I think they capped in like a minute and a half, so we didn't really have much of a chance to do
Who were you
anything.
playing?
Platinum, the other...
Oh, the MTS, Menace to Society. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They were, I mean, I think we were like, a few of us streamed it, and we were saying like this, they're taking it too seriously. Well, these guys are tryhards or whatever. But like, it's fine. If you want to try, go ahead. Like, no one likes to lose. But we definitely didn't try. I mean, like, I was medicing, and Lang was demo, and he only tried to sticky jumper and caber people.
So, well, I mean,
fun, but
Cadis makes it look easy. If you guys have seen him, even in Highlander, but especially in Sixes, he plays for an American Highlander team. Was it Tangerine? I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's DJC's team.
Oh, not okay, not that one then. It's the other one that they just played.
DJC is in chat, so he'll tell us what team he's on because he knows everything about.
Yeah, DJ Shield, he'll know. But Cadis definitely plays over here, and he gets so many caber kills on meds, like on Gravel Pit. Yeah.
It is Tangerines. These are bad.
Ah! It was hilarious. He got some awesome caber kills on the med. Like, med dropped Uber on G pit, like trying to hold B, just standing there with the sentry right next to him, and all of a sudden, here's Cadis. I still don't know how he got in there. I didn't have a chance to rewind, but it was awesome.
He streams a lot, by the way, guys. And
yeah.
if you maybe if you're hanging out before a class or something for college kids and you want to watch a stream in the afternoon, he streams a lot during the afternoon, and it's really good. I'd say he's probably the best European streamer that I've seen. It's high level stuff. He's really, really good, and he's a funny guy too.
Yeah.
So.
It's important that he's also hilarious, because you want to be entertained on a stream too, and the best and most entertaining streams are always the ones where the guys have a lot of personality. Speaking of that, we've got at least one streamer in here that's not me or Cbear, and that is Shade. Shade, you've been streaming a lot recently?
I have not. I have taken an extended break from streaming. Basically, I was going to upgrade my computer. I had some issues with PayPal, and then bought a power supply that was faulty, and just sort of lost all hope. But I plan on making my return to streaming very soon.
Nice.
And when I do, I'm going to have a huge giveaway bash. I'm going to give away like 20-something games and some headsets and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. If you haven't seen my stream, I believe it's twitch.tv/SDOT_S._. So thank you for letting me put in that shameless plug. In this fully charged episode.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We should get a lot more people following that stream. Sigma, did you used to stream too? People are saying in the stream chat to like bring back the Sigma stream.
Yeah,
I did stream a fair bit this last season, but I started to have some issues with frames, and then in these last couple of weeks, I've just been so busy, I've barely been gaming at all. So I haven't been streaming, but I will stream again in the future if I have more time to play.
What do you do right now that's making you busy?
I'm a master's student in software engineering.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Good luck with those finals, man.
Thank you. I will need it.
Sigma, are you going to be around to cast some of the LAN? I don't think the XTV's released what we're doing, but I assume you.
We have.
Oh, you have?
We have, yeah.
Well, I don't know anything. What?
That's we, Cbear, not you, but we.
I know. I screwed that up badly, didn't I? All right, well,
yeah, no. XTV is we said on TeamFortress.tv. Xtine came out and said we're not going to be on site. We're going to be casting entirely online. We're going to be casting to X Television and not to like ESEA Orange. So if ESEA wants to run their own stream, hey, that's cool. I went ahead and told John from Twitch TV that we're going to be doing the XTV production on X Television, and he was very promising. He said, okay, great, I'll make sure to ban that stream. John, he's cool. But yeah, that was
John. Yeah.
he goes
yeah.
hard.
That's the idea, is that when the LAN comes around, you guys should be watching X Television, and we're going to have some amazing casters, some amazing streamers for you, as usual. As usual. Cbear, I know you're going to be casting, right?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard about it. Yeah, I won't be casting the early Saturday games. That's going to be, we're going to have, I think Lang and Sean Budd are going to be part of it.
Ooh,
and
nice.
Is it Blank? Why don't I know anything?
Well, Blank wants to cast the IM finals with me tonight too, so we're gonna be.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's cool because he's a really good player. I haven't heard his cast, but I'm sure his knowledge will help out quite a bit. We always want more people that are maybe not playing anymore to cast more, so that's awesome. They'll be doing that, and then I think DJC and I will be a part of the show as well at the later matches. So we'll
I'll be I've got class, so I'll only be able to show up later anyway.
And for your on-site coverage, another shameless plug, if you check out my YouTube at youtube.com/ShadeTF2, I will be taking videos the entire weekend and uploading a whole ton of videos like I've done, I think I did for I-46 and for the last ESEA LAN. Just little short clips and pre-LAN interviews and over-the-shoulder point of view gameplay stuff, all kinds of whatever. I like to put out videos so people can see, it's not that glamorous at LAN. It's,
come on. Yeah. Behind the scene footage of Banny eating a pail of ice. I want to see that.
Exactly, yeah. We're not that extravagant,
Oh, not at all, actually. Yeah, usually you guys end up sharing like one hotel room, right?
Yeah, it's like 6 of us packed into one hotel room, and I'm laying at the bottom of the bed, smelling Dave's feet the entire night. So
Oh God.
yeah, it's it's a classy lifestyle we live. So.
It is.
You draw straws to who gets to be Little Spoon to Tyrone.
Yeah. Now that we don't have Clockwork, I don't know who's gonna be Little Spoon. That's gonna be tough.
Oh man! So just one more time, guys. It's next weekend, so the
Yes.
16th. It's coming up, so we'll see a lot of scrimming. I think there's been a pretty big lull in the high-level TF2, other than the 4 invite teams, and I don't think I've seen Tag's team play that much. So hopefully they get into form. That's going to be exciting. We'll do the LAN preview next week. But we are kind of running out of time, Sal. What do you want to talk about to kind of wrap this up here?
I would love to just talk about hats. Hats are cool.
You want to do hats? We can do hats.
Yeah, we got our shout-outs here, but once again I have to remind you guys that Fully Charged today has had Shade and Sigma, and the only guy here whose handle does not start with S is, of course, Cbear. I am Sal. Shade and Sigma are awesome TF2 players, high-level thinkers of Medic. Shade, of course, for Leviathan Gaming. Sigma's been all over the place. He's played for quite a few teams in the past, but these guys both have a ton of experience, and I hope you guys learned a little bit today. Cbear, if you want to go ahead and plug the Bear TV, I want to hear that.
Yeah, it's up and running. My internet is awful, by the way, and that's the one thing that's really holding the streaming back right now, because when it'll lag out for like 5 seconds, and then my stream will cut, and then it won't work. But it is Twitch TV CBEARR, Thursday nights and Sunday nights. Thursday nights kind of my show. DJC joins me oftentimes, or will join me oftentimes. We talk about whatever comes up. Do your demos maybe. And then Sunday is me plus a friend. Last week it was Tyrone, and we did a demo of them playing on Process, and it was a lot of fun. So tune in to that and favorite me. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Shade, why don't we go to you first for your shout-outs? You kind of plugged your stuff already, but why don't you kind of quickly do it again, and any shout-outs you want to do?
Okay, I don't need to plug my stuff again. I'm not too worried about that. But I will say shout out to LG. Thank you for sponsoring us. Shout out to Klanana. Thank you for sponsoring us as well. Shout out to all of our fans, all of my personal fans, and all of LG fans. Hopefully you guys are rooting for us at LAN. And shout out to Sal and Cbear. Thank you guys for hosting this Fully Charged. And shout out to Sigma also for being my co-guest here.
All right, Sigma, how about you? Shout-outs and stuff.
I'll just give a shout out to all of you lovely people in this call and everybody on the stream. I love you all.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off right about here. Thank you for watching Fully Charged. And for the YouTube VOD, guys, if you're just listening in on YouTube, which we tend to get a few thousand, which is pretty cool, I want to hear who Shade's biggest fan is. So leave a comment if you are, in fact, Shade's biggest fan. We're going to have a little comment contest. I'll get that out eventually. Thanks again for watching. We're going to cut the VOD here, and we're going to come right back for the live audience with some hats.
Hats.